Hello book lovers, and welcome back or welcome to my channel. I am starting a new vlog today. Today is some day in August. I can't remember right now, but it is a Tuesday night, and I am about to start my reread of a very special book, Into This River I Drown by TJ Klune. This is the first book that I ever read by TJ Klune. I remember that a few years ago, 2019? I have no concept of time. Anyway, I got this from the library and took it with me on a family trip to DC. And remember, we rented a old house to stay in, and I was stuck in a room that probably belonged to servants at some point. But you know, I was curled up there in that little room, just absolutely loving this book, and my bookmark is like sliding all over the place. But it is one of the 6 books I really wanted to reread this year. So I'm gonna go ahead and document my experience, and hopefully I enjoy it as much as my first read of it. In this book, we are following Benji, who's a young man who had lost his father to a car accident, so he is dealing with the grief of that. I believe I can't remember if his mom is around. I'm a little fuzzy on some of the finer details, but I think he has like 3 aunts or 3 older ladies who are, you know, living with him at this time. And he works at like a gas station that his father used to own. He lives in a small town. And one day when he is visiting the site of his father's death, which is a bridge over a river, since his father's car drove into the river and he drowned, he sees something fall from the sky, and when he goes to investigate, he sees that it is his guardian angel. So this book is a bit of a romance between him and the guardian angel. It is also a bit of a mystery because it seems that his father's death might not have been as much of an accident as it was led to, or as the people of the town were led to believe. So I will go ahead and get started on that in just a little while. I just finished Blue Lily Boo Blue Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater. So I input my information into my Excel spreadsheet and write my review for that, and then go ahead and get going on my reread, and I will update you when I have something to say. guys, it is a little bit past 7 on Wednesday, August 24th. I just wanted to pop on real quick. I only read 23 pages of Into This River I Drowned last night, but I was unsure on a few of the details, so I just wanted to clear some things up. So it seems that Benji's father had passed away when he was 16, and Benji is now 21, so it's been 5 years. I don't know why I thought it was only 1. It literally says in the first line of the synopsis that his father died 5 years ago. But anyway, so he is currently working at the gas station. It seems he went to college for about 3 months because his mom made him, and then he returned because he wanted to be near his mother. He wanted to be in his hometown, and most importantly, he wanted to run the shop that his father had left to him. And he is living with his 3 aunts who came after the passing of their father to help him and his mother kind of put themselves together, and they've been there ever since, because obviously he and his mother are still relatively deep in their grief even after all these years. So it does seem that Benji has some issues with the town sheriff, who seems to probably think that having lost his father figure so young, he's a bit of a hooligan or something. So he seems to pick on Benji a lot to kind of see if he's been drinking and driving, or why he's out so late, even though he's, just closed off the shop and is just going home, things like that. So that's obviously probably going to play into the mystery that is going to be in this story. Otherwise, the writing is really pulling me in. I can really remember why as soon as I picked this book up, I absolutely fell in love with the storytelling style that TJ Klune was using, and I will let you guys know some of my thoughts once I read a little bit more of the story. Hey guys, so I am about to start my lunch break and do some reading. I'm about 46 pages into this book. Right now we are just really exploring our character's grief and how he's handling that, and he seems to just be at this point falling like even deeper into it. He kind of feels like he's almost like losing his mind. He's having these visions of like blue, of the color blue. He's seems to keep finding himself at the river through his dreams where his father had died, and he feels kind of like this hand on his shoulder and this breath on the back of his neck, and he was kind of thinking that maybe it was just him trying to like manifest some sort of physical feeling of his father's presence, but it seems like it's something else according to his aunt, who is on the autism spectrum, but she seems to be able to see more clearly the blue, and is able to communicate with it a little bit. And I'm assuming, I'm not really like assuming because I've already read this book, that it is his guardian angel trying to keep an eye out for him, because Benji is really just, he's not doing that that well, and we're getting a lot of flashbacks of him just reliving memories of time that he spent with his father. His father was a huge part of his life, like his best friend. Benji himself was a bit of a quiet kid with not like a ton of close friends or anything, and he's just been feeling really lonely these past few years. So it'll be interesting once the guardian angel shows up, which I'm assuming is going to be in the next few pages, to see him kind of crawl away from that loneliness, and hopefully be able to really overcome his grief, and move forward with his life. So really enjoying it as I did the first time. So really glad that I'm rereading it. I'm taking the process pretty slow. I still have a few days left in the month, so this is the last book that I plan on getting done, so I'm really in no rush and just want to make sure that I really enjoy my experience of rereading this. So I'm on page 83, and he has now met his guardian angel. This book, compared to the other books, at least the ones that I've read by TJ Klune, has definitely more religious references because he's an angel. So just an FYI on that. Now that Benji has someone kind of there to distract him from his grief, we're seeing a little bit more of TJ Klune's usual humor coming through. So I'm really enjoying that. I'm looking forward to watching the two of them get to know each other. Benji, coming around and realizing this, isn't all just a dream. And of course, looking forward to seeing the town's reaction to this new man that has showed up. Because I remember that being somewhat entertaining as well. All right, I will check on you, or I will not check on you. I'll check in with you when I have something else to say. I just all want you to witness how annoying of a brother. You can't just let your brother drink. Chungy mungy. It is relatively windy and gloomy today. So I would like to say that fall has arrived. Yay! Alright guys, I am about to head to the immediate care, I think that's what it's called. It's not urgent care, but I have something wrong with my ear, and my doctor isn't able to get me in for a while, and so they want me to go ahead and get that checked out in case I need a referral to whatever the fancy word is for an ear doctor. So I don't know how long that's going to take. Hopefully not too long, but I'm going to go ahead and bring Into This River I Drowned. I'm a little over 100 pages into it. It is Thursday after work. I'm struggling to find things to say about this book, not because I'm like indifferent to it or even because I'm not enjoying it. I really am. But for some reason, it's just, the thoughts are coming really slow. I'm just kind of reading through it at a relatively slowish pace, just enjoying it, enjoying my time, enjoying my reread. The one issue I kind of have with this, and I did have it with like Song of Achilles as well, which is why I sometimes have trouble with rereads and I don't do them that often, is that sometimes the pace of the book seems a little like too slow because you're kind of like waiting for your favorite parts to come up. And so you're going through all these other parts and you're like, come on, I want to get to like the parts that I really remember and really enjoyed. So I'm suffering a little bit from that with this book. But hopefully I get a little bit of reading done at the urgent care. And then depending on how long I'm there, I might do a little shopping afterwards. I kind of want to jump into Michael's or Marshall's and maybe even Target for like Halloween decorations, because I believe I've seen that those are up already. But I will have to check to see what time they close and what time I get out. But I will probably try to give you a little bit of an update when I get to about 50% of this book, which is around page 200. So I have like another 80 or so pages to go before that point. But yeah, just wanted to pop in and say that I'm struggling a little bit with finding coherent things to say about this book, and I'm struggling with my hearing. Can't hear that well out of my right ear, so hopefully they get that figured out today. Alright guys, so I'm done at the immediate care and a little wetter for it because they ended up doing an ear flush. On the bright side, I can hear out of my right ear again, so that's really nice. I did get a bit of reading done because I had to wait for quite a while, so that was nice. Benji is wallowing a bit in his grief right now with Khalil, the angel, being the guardian angel. He does feel a little bit of anger towards him and doesn't understand why Khalil did not save his father on the day that he died, but Khalil is having some issues with his memories surrounding that event, so it's caused a big fight between them, and Benji is regretting it because Khalil has disappeared for the last few days. So once again, we're really seeing all sides of grief here, especially the anger side of it right now. But we also have some side characters that are grieving in their own way, and are just letting Benji know that you're an idiot. But, you know, I'm having a great time. Things are picking up a little bit. The mystery is starting to start up a bit more now and everything. I think I'm around 150 page-wise. And so I will check in with you probably in the next 50 pages or so. Don't use Q-tips. Don't use Q-tips in your ears. I made that mistake. Don't do it. So we just had a flashback to when Benji found out that his father died. Very emotional, but I just wanted to read a quick passage where TJ Klune describes some different forms of grief, just because I think he always does a good job of that. So excuse my terrible reading. I will never be an audiobook reader, or whatever those people are called. There's nothing more awkward than standing above a loved one's remains and having someone mourning 2 headstones down. Do you acknowledge them? Do you ignore the tears on their face? Or do you just exchange a knowing look that says, I know what you're going through. But you don't. Not really. Everyone grieves differently. No one handles the loss of a loved one the same. Some put on a brave face for others, keeping everything internal. Others let it all out at once and shatter, only to pick up the pieces just as quickly as they came apart. Still, others don't grieve at all, implying they are incapable of emotion. Then there are the ones like me, where grief is a badge we wear, where it's harder to let go because we don't want to. We probably wouldn't know how to even if we wanted to. There's unanswered questions, unresolved feelings. There's anger that this person would ever conceive of leaving us behind. We are the furious ones, the ones that scream at the injustice and the pain. We are the ones who obsess and slowly lose rational thought, knowing it is happening but unable to find a way to care. We are the ones who drown. So I just got back from the gym and there was a package waiting for me. I already opened it because I mean, it's a book box, but I guess I was kind of hoping it was my laptop cleaner. I bought like one of those little, you know, I don't know what they are, but you can like squeegee your screen and it has like the little brush and all that, and it hasn't come in yet. And I totally forgot about this book, but it was a pre-order, and that is Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. So very excited to have this. I have not read any of the novellas. I think there's like 2 or 3 of them out. I can't remember. But I'll have to see about reading those. I don't think it really matters if I read them in order or anything. But very excited that it is here. Obviously, I have too many books on my September TBR, so I won't be able to read it in September. And honestly, this isn't really an October book, so it might have to wait until like November. But reading, you know, Ali Hazelwood in my birthday month, you know, considering I loved her first book, might be kind of fun. So I was just stamping my book. And look at this little astronaut. Ah, he's adorable. And so is he. Hey guys, so it is a Friday evening, around 9 o'clock, and I have just reached the 50% mark of Into This River I Drowned, so I figured I'd do a quick check-in on how I'm doing with this. I am, of course, enjoying the read. It is a reread of a book that I loved many years ago, so I am luckily still enjoying it. I guess some things that are standing out to me in this book is that something TJ Klune does really well is family dynamics, the way families are together, the way they support each other through hard times, just the way they interact. that family support system. He always seems to do a really good job with that, and he does that in this book as well with Benji's mom and his 3 aunts, and even his friendship with an old man in the town named Abe. So just watching those closer relationships that TJ Klune builds in his stories is always a really good time. The way that he shows grief kind of coming and going in waves. I mean, there's times where Benji is doing all right. There's other times where he's definitely deep in his grief. We have different flashbacks to time spent with his father, or moments where he's remembering things that his father has said in the past. So it really shows that, grief, even if it starts to fade a little bit, is always still present, and can arise at any moment, that there's things throughout your life that can trigger these emotions, trigger these memories of the person that you lost. Another thing that the book does well is with Khalil, or Cal. He is a guardian angel. He's been living on high, which is what the place he was living and watching from is called. So there's a lot of experiences as a human that are relatively new to him, and so he's really enjoying these little things in life, watching the sun rise every morning, and the green marshmallows and Lucky Charms, things like that. So there's like a bug flying behind me, which you can probably see. I was watching him make his way over here. I was like, but you can just kind of see how he's kind of helping Benji just find the little joys in his life, to kind of help him, just feel like he's living again. So that's nice. Also, on some like darker themes, we are just seeing that Benji's father was a great guy. Everyone in town really loved him. He and Benji had a very strong relationship, and he was just the kind of person that you look up to. Did a lot right in his life, but that did not stop him from dying. And despite Benji and his mom, having these, great lives and everything, and trying to do everything right, they too had someone very special ripped away from them. So it kind of shows that no matter how much you do right, no matter how good you are, or anything like that, no matter how much you love someone, no matter how much someone is loved, that, tragedy can always strike unexpectedly, and that those things don't protect you from it. It also deals with, of course, different types of grief, and also the resentment that you may feel towards people when they start to heal before you start to heal. Of course, you're wondering, why are they moving on? Why are they not in as much pain as me? Did they not love them as much? They clearly did not care as much about this person as I did. And, of course, also feeling guilt for feeling those things. So there's just a lot being described in this book when it comes to loss, from different points of view. Not just Benji's, but, through like what his mother's going through, how people in the town feel about losing him, and also Cal, who is technically a son of God, but has never seen God, the way that he feels watching someone he cares deeply about mourn the loss of a father figure that he himself never really got to experience, and also in a way feeling guilty for the jealousy he feels for the relationship that they had that he didn't have with his father, and just trying to accept what kind of relationship he has with his dad, and that while it's different, that's just the love that his father can give him. So lots of stuff going on here. We'll see if by the end of the book I'll have anything more to say. Those are some of the bigger points. The mystery is really taking off here in the second half of the book, so things are probably gonna pick up and pace a little bit, and I will either check in with you once I finish, or once I have something else to say. I just got done dusting and I moved my YA contemporary, there's me and my sister, over here. Well, I guess Ace of Spades is technically a thriller. Those are the only books that are over here, but I went ahead and moved my romance over to this main shelf. I'm not sure if I love the way it looks. I might move it around to see if I turned one of them out, because I do like having, you know, books turned out. I'm gonna head to like the Marshalls and Michaels and Target area to see if I can get some like storage containers, because my desk area, I always have just like random papers that I can't really get rid of but don't really need like direct access to. So this area is just like a complete mess right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and maybe see if I can get some Halloween decorations to put on here. Otherwise, I think I might head downtown today. We'll see how I'm feeling. Maybe walk down there. I'm currently listening to the audiobook of 7 Days in June. I think I'm approaching only 2 hours or so left, a little over 2 hours of that. So I kind of want to see if I can finish that this weekend. Incredible story. Absolutely loving it. I'm not really talking about it in this vlog, but I will of course have thoughts on it. In my wrap up, as far as Into This River I Drowned, I do want to get 3/4 of the way through this weekend. And at the pace I'm reading, I think that should be possible. But I haven't really read any of it today, so no updates on that. But you'll probably have some B-roll of me going shopping and hopefully finding some cute stuff. So I am back from my little shopping spree, I guess you could call it. I went to Michael's, Marshalls, and Target and have a little Halloween-ish haul from that, just a few little things. I then went downtown for lunch and walked around Capitol Lake a little bit and got some ice cream, as you probably saw. There was a lot of people out there. There was some sort of Pokemon competition thing with that little Pokemon game that you play on your phone going on. So lots of people. That was nice. Unfortunately, did not finish my audiobook because my AirPods died at Target, so I wasn't able to listen to it, but still got a lot of fresh air. And let's go ahead and do the little haul. I got a few new of the face masks. These aren't the ones I usually get, I don't think, but they were pretty picked over, so I just grabbed a few, usually like moisturizing ones, just because my face gets kind of dry. And then I did get some kind of just cheap drawers for me to put, you know, some paper and stuff in under my desk. They're not the best quality, but they were only like $17, and the other ones I saw were like $40-50, and I was like, it's a no for me. And then, so this is all Target, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned that. From their little $5 section, I got this little pumpkin with a gold stem, and he is so soft. It's like velvety. I just love pumpkins, so I have a couple more in this haul, but this one's just really soft, so very excited about that. And then Marshall's was not a huge success. Their candles weren't really doing it for me this time around. I got one candle, which my mom is kind of happy about because she does not like these candles. Because they, like, I don't know, give you cancer or whatever. But you can see it has like a little skull lid, and it is pumpkin and eucalyptus. I do like eucalyptus in my candles, and I really enjoy pumpkin one. There was one I had last year that I really liked, which was kind of, I can't remember what it was. I want to say it was like a pumpkin muffin or something, one of those where it's like some sort of pumpkin baked good with like vanilla frosting or something. But this one's pretty good too, so we'll see. I'm sure this could last me all of fall, so I probably don't need another one anyway. And then from Michael's, this was where I had the most success. I had got these two little pumpkins, and they're just so cute. They have like a little leaf design on them, and all their fall stuff was like 40% off, and these were only like $5 plus the 40% off, so they were like super cheap, but super adorable. And then I got a little potion bottle. I always love these little potion bottles, but I like never get them. This one says spell binding pickled organic, just add to brew. So I don't know if it's like supposed to be like pickled bat or something, but I thought it was cute with like the little bat on top, and the shape was kind of cute. And then the last thing I got, I absolutely love and think it'll be absolutely great on the bookshelf, and that is a little magic book, and he's like on his little stand, and it says magic. I've got my eye on you. Moon that hovers, wind that cries, mist and magic before your eyes. It's got like the eyeball, and it's got, you know, like the little butterflies on it, and on the back it's got like a spider web and a little spider on it. So just really cute. I'm not gonna decorate for fall quite yet, probably September, maybe next weekend or so I'll get down some fall stuff, and then of course wait until October to put up more like the Halloween stuff like this. So, but super cute. I don't know what I'm gonna do now, if I'm gonna go into the garage and see if I can take a look at our like gift wrap stuff, because I wasn't able to buy any storage for that because I didn't see what we had because my dad's bikes were blocking it. So I might do that, or I might do some editing, but I will update you guys when I actually do some reading. Alrighty, so I'm about to head to bed. I just finished reading to page 248 of Into This River I Drown. Tomorrow we are going hiking at Mount Rainier. Actually Mount Rainier this time. I feel like in my last vlog I said that we were going to Mount Rainier and we didn't. This time we are. But I just wanted to pop in real quick because I remembered that this book has some references to another series that TJ Klune never ended up writing. There is, I think he wrote the first book in the series and it was called like Burn, but I couldn't find it anywhere, so I like asked him on like Twitter or something like about it, and he said that he decided not to continue with the series, which is why that book is not for sale. So you know, while reading this book you might find like these references to this other plane, this other world that the angels know of, that is like facing a darkness, a world where people can like control elements. And that's what that's in reference to. So you get a little sneak peek of a series that was never written, which is unfortunate. But just a little heads up that's in there, because I know when I read it I was a little confused about it, since this isn't a series, it's a standalone. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know about that. And I guess I will do some b-roll of the hike, and then hopefully I have time tomorrow to read up to page 290, because that's where I wanted to get to by the end of the weekend. Hey guys, so it is a little bit after 10 on Monday morning, the 29th, I believe, of August, and I have just finished Into This River I Drowned. I was kind of worried that it would take me until the 31st, but the last 100 pages or so are a lot more fast-paced, a lot more intense, so I was able to power through those relatively quickly. This book ended up making me cry. I was like, I shouldn't even be surprised, but I was like, I can't remember if I cried the last time that I read this. But I mean, I'm assuming that if I had a heart when I read this the first time, that I did cry, because it was pretty emotional. So I had a really great time. I'm going to end up rating it 4.5 stars. Just because a few parts of it were just a little slow at times, which is a bit more noticeable on a reread because you are waiting for those more exciting parts that you remember. But overall, I just think TJ Klune's description of grief was just so wonderful. And obviously grief is different for, you know, everyone, and I myself have been very lucky and have not experienced any intense grief throughout my life. So, you know, I can't 100% relate to the story, but I mean, it definitely made me feel things, so that makes me think that it's a pretty good job of that. The ending is really sweet. I really enjoyed Benji's character growth. He started to make his way out of his grief. He began to realize that he was being a bit selfish by isolating himself. in his grief and not fully acknowledging the grief of those around him, and by, you know, allowing people to love and support him. So that was really great to see. Really glad that I reread this book, because there's definitely a lot that I forgot. There, like, when the big villain was revealed, I was like bamboozled for round 2, because I completely forgot who it was. So that was kind of fun. that surprised me again. Goes to show that I forget a lot about the books I read if it's been long enough. But yeah, pretty much I'm here just to wrap up the vlog. This was the last book on my August TBR physical book. I still have about an hour and a half of 7 days in June, but I'll of course get that finished in the next couple of days. But I'm super excited to jump into my September TBR, which I will probably be trying to vlog all throughout the month, maybe just doing weekly vlogs all throughout, just because of the, you know, just tracking my Bookopoly and all that jazz. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and awkwardly wrap this vlog up. I hope that it's a somewhat coherent vlog. I know that throughout this vlog I was having some trouble saying things about this book, and hopefully once I write out my review and everything, it will be a bit more coherent. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for sticking around and supporting my channel by watching my videos. And I will hopefully see you guys next time. Bye!